Right guys, listen up. This is the ultimate solo challenge. So before I go ahead and explain this, just like on horror movies there's parental guidance, be careful, you don't have to do this. This is what I call the solo boot camp challenge. The reason I call it the boot camp challenge is because it's a one-day boot camp. It's not of a coach, don't worry, I'm not after any of your money. You're on your own, 8 hours. Now remember what I said, I'm not even advocating this, I'm just going to share what got me good. So guys always ask me the things that got me good. They want to know, they want to pick my brains. This is not something I'd advocate. I'm just giving you literally, if you wanted to still go through my head and still know my experience, this would be one of the things that got me really good. Probably never spoken about on YouTube too much because it's extreme. I was quite obsessed with getting good at this. So I'd say on the weekends, obviously you need a day off. You start midday at 12 midday and you go all the way up to 8 o'clock. It's 8 hours on the street. I advise that you take 3 lunch breaks in between, but this is brilliant. I'm going to tell you why this is beneficial. Number one, it's the boot camp effect. It gives you an immersion. So let's think, if you're going out doing the other solo challenges, they're great, but you might get a little bit lazy with these. This 8-hour one-day challenge, it's almost like saving you a month of going out. I'm not saying not go out for a month, but you do this 8-hour immersion, I can't explain what it's going to give to you. So I can't put it into words what it's going to give you. It's a bit like taking a trip. The street's going to give you the answers. You're going to get this amazing, I don't know, it's just you've got to do it. You're going to see what's possible. What's going to happen is the first 2 hours, if you're struggling anyway, you're going to struggle to approach. You're going to get pissed off, you're going to walk around a lot, you're going to get pains in your legs, pains in your back. You'll eventually approach, I'm telling you. You'll get some food, you'll approach. You'll then get into a rhythm. And then you can use all the other, you can basically put all the solo challenges together that I put on the members area and you do them in 8 hours. I'm telling you, the next day you're going to feel amazing. You're going to feel good for probably a month. It's the boot camp effect. Is it healthy to do every day? Probably not. Now, I'm just saying, for the guys who are up for it, if you really want to immerse yourself, a few days before you're going to prepare, you're going to get good sleep, you're going to get good nutrition, and you're going to go out, and I promise you, you're going to be proud of yourself, because what used to happen to me is, the first 2 hours I'd be shit, after hour 3, 4, amazing, absolutely no fear. It's going to kind of trick you, because if you do stick at it and you get into that immersion, you're going to do so many approaches, you get no fear. It's almost like you just wipe out the anxiety. You're going to have conversations, you're going to go for instant dates, you're going to go for phone numbers. I'm even going to say you're going to try and take girls back home on the same night, you're going to go for same day lays and all that stuff. These things might not happen, but they're very possible. I've done these things, I've done it going out. And again, you go out in the mindset expecting nothing. It's all about enjoying the process, and it's just a chance for you to dedicate 8 hours. And again, if you can't do it by yourself, you take a wingman out with you and you do the challenge. I personally think to get the full experience, the spiritual experience, you've got to do it by yourself, and you go out. And this is what I experienced, I'm going to share with you. I experienced a feeling of terror, of fear, of anxiety, that changed over from excitement to running over, feeling super confident, coming out of some of the best lines I've said, feeling this sort of euphoric feeling, this feeling of euphoria, of just connecting with everyone, talking, and then just not even caring about the numbers, and I couldn't stop. I was just going, approaching. You should be approaching girls on their own, you should be approaching groups. It is the full immersion. Again, it's very advanced, and if you're a beginner thinking, oh, that's too much, then don't do it. You don't have to do it. But that's what the secret is, what got me good. I was doing these 8-hour challenges, and yeah, it got me really good. And like I said, I can't really put it into words. The experience itself will give you all of the insight. And what you'll come out with is a very, very different psychology. You'll see what's possible. You won't think it's weird because you just get numb to it. And then what you do is, when you finish the immersion, for about a week you're going to analyse. This is the only time I say it. You're going to sit down, you're going to work out certain patterns that work. Not a routine, not a system or a stupid blueprint. You're going to start working out patterns that work. You're going to see where your strengths are, you're going to see where your weaknesses are, and then you're going to start refining your own approach, right? Enjoy the process.